Alright, I was supposed to talk to you, eh? You, whoever you were.
This is where you say your bit.
A broad-shouldered man points at you with a beer can.
Detective?
The lieutenant acknowledges you with a sharp note. He's leaving it to you. Okay. Challenging success. Precinct 57's finest scans the room, leaving the speaking to you. He trusts you, maybe against his better judgment, but he does. Alright, let's try to do this then. Do I want to say immediately something then? Say your bit. Don't say anything yet. Let's observe. Maybe that will work out.
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing or something? The boss man's talking to you.
Glenn. Cross your arms.
What, is he fucking kidding? This guy high or something?
The little guy looks at his mates in disbelief. Shanky.
Hey, asshole, up here. We're talking to you.
We are looking for Titus Hardy.
The lieutenant turns to the proud-shouldered man at the end of the table. Titus Hardy. First, we need to talk about your attitude.
Wow. The RCM sent us some big dick cops.
It's not like that.
Real big dick cops. Look at them, reckless, swinging in the wind.
All sort of people.
Yeah, look at the big dick on that cop. Can't tell a dick that big what to do. Must be something in the water in Jamrock.
He says thoughtfully.
Yeah, gave him real nice big dicks.
Not the case.
Yeah. Anyways.
He wraps it up.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
Good to know. These guys are so macho they are ready to confess to first-degree murder. Ask if it was them. Succession. The man hanged in the backyard. Did you do it? So you're not just here to swing your big dick. You're here for the pretty boy. A real look at that one, he shakes his head. Stinks like shit, too. I love him, boss. Spend all day digging around in there. Can't get enough of that pretty boy smell. Funny, the lieutenant says without a smile. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you. Why is there a container belt around the dead man's neck? Container belt like we use in the harbor? Yes. Why? Because we took it, he says, from the harbor where we work. Then we went out back and used it to hang him. We did this, he looks you dead in the eye. Together, all of us, until he was dead. That's why it's a container belt around his neck. Aha, so you just confessed to murder then. God damn right I... That's such a bad plan. No. No, the woman interjects. These 7 honest men have equally come forward. They told you what happened. So that you don't waste any more of your time. But that is basically confessing into the freaking murder, though. If you really want to go in and confess it into the murder, then, well, what are we supposed to do? Why did you kill him? Why? He says through his teeth. Because he was a worthless mercenary scum and he stepped out of line in my town. So he was a mercenary, that's it. And he stepped out of line, he repeats, jaw clamped shut like a vice. What kind of mercenary? The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind too. Had go away and somebody's written all over him. Ex-Orange's special forces. A live grenade. The man spreads his arms. Right here in our bar. This one has a special cry with him coming here. I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara. Right, but what did he actually do wrong? Wrong, he roars. He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning. He wiped spittle from his mouth. There's slight unease in him suddenly. He recks mentioning the rape. Huh. To kill us all if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over, he cracks his knuckles. And that was before he started coming here. Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now, started coming here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls, grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage. He cropped someone. The lieutenant is trying to make sense of this flood of information. Yeah, this girl's on the mic, a beautiful girl, young. Gets into the second verse of Lover's Lake. The fucker grabs her leg, starts screaming. Show me your cunt. Why don't you show me your cunt? Then he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle, doesn't even fall down. He shakes his head in disbelief. Was this the same girl who was sexually assaulted? Raped, you said. Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you, he took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen. Yeah, me and Euchin got her out, aren't you fucking listening? He repeats like a parrot. Okay, right, but who did he rape then? This is a very serious allegation. No. There's a moment of silence. You're not getting a name. That's a Martinez matter and I'm not discussing it with you clowns. Despite the stone walling, you can slip one more question in. I'm going to ask one last time. Who did the dead man rape? Titus to not answer. You have been forthcoming enough. Fuck off, cop. He does take the advice. She's gone through enough without you harassing her too. She doesn't need more embarrassment. What are you talking about? Embarrassment. If someone has been sexually assaulted, we need to... What you need is to get the fuck out of my face. You hear the aluminium crack in his palm as he squeezes the beer can. I've had enough of explaining myself to you fucks. It's dead, it's done. The woman turns to you calmly. As you can see, this man can only take so much spaceless scrutiny. I'm doing my best to keep the situation civil, but what follows is a slow head shake. It's true, she was the only thing holding him back. Yeah, true. How did you kill him then? We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious, copper? Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot? You are pretty sure you've had at least 2 years of cop school and many more of active service, indeed. The autopsy showed there were no ligature marks. His hands were not tied. Can you explain that? He looks even more irritated than before. Look, I'm not gonna play 20 questions with you, couple. I'll say it again, we killed him. Yeah, I knocked him out, the tattooed one speaks up, banging on his chest. Came up behind him and clapped him in the back of the head. He went down like a sack of sand. That's right, lawman, he spits through his teeth. And then we hacked the fuck. I don't know. Medium logic success, yay. So gladly I just slightly have improved my logic. Make them a bit more uncomfortable first, then see if all it adds up. Strange answers to the tight hands. Yeah, it is strange answer, but I can't do that. Mrs. Stats, what did you use to knock the victim out? My fucking elbow, copper. He looks to you straight in the eye. Somewhere on boxing style. Yeah, no. Where did all this action take place? Right fucking here, he spreads his hands. Eugene already told you that the fuck had started coming out our bar. Yeah, man, weren't you listening? Well, right, I have other questions about the lynching. Like what, Kappa? Who called the shots that night? Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardy boy without arresting all Hardy boys. A shadow of a smirk passes her lips as she tilts her head. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all? Address Titus. No, but seriously, who calls the shots around here? Just in general. Who do you fucking think does? He sounds more amused than angry, as in himself. Everard Clare runs the union, you answer to him, right? I don't know if he would like that answer, that possibility. Elizabeth has been kinda nonetheless been able to keep them down and everything. So in that sense, but... I'm kinda tempted to say that either she or that guy, even though he would be a sensible choice. I thought she did. I'm gonna say that. It wasn't a question, Dick. What? How fucking stupid are you? This asshole's worse done. He falls silent. Titus runs the Hardy Boys in his. That's what we're called, the Hardy Boys. Ain't that right, fella? Titus screams. I think you got your answer, Mr. Law. Yes, there are some administrative differences. She gives Titus a stern look. But on that night they all acted as one man. Alright. When did this hanging incident occur? You don't have to keep answering his questions. The fixer turns to remind Titus. I know, Lizzie, relax. He takes a sip. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week. How long had you known the victim? Know him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole. What do you think we are? Quiet. Titus gives Glenn a stern look. He came around about 3 weeks ago when the Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy. By the Pines cow, you mean the representative of Wild Pines. The lieutenant checks his notes. The shipping company you are striking against. No, he stresses. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what? He rubs his chin, pretending to mull it over. Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough. That is enough insinuation for today, Titus. She turns to you. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last question. You murdered him just like that. No remorse. How many people have you sent to the shades? Ever felt remorse for that? Or sent the reunions to rot for 20 years for life? He says it as if it were worse than dying. Look, I'm just doing my job, that's all. Oh, so you're just a simple, well-meaning man, huh? He spits on the ground before him. Ever been in solitary? Prison is torture, that's what it is. He's clearly been in solitary confinement, and at a young age, nonetheless. That does suck. I can say that much. So he's hanging a man slowly without breaking his neck. The lieutenant replies dryly. Can I do anything more with this one? Is kind of my question. Because there is this one, but It's not like I'm gonna succeed with this, but I guess we might as well try, right? It cannot be retried, though. It's said there clearly it cannot be retried, so... Well, maybe I can come back to it, because at the moment I don't think there's any chance of me trying to do that. So... But I don't know if we can come back into here. I guess that's the problem. I would like to, but... I don't know if I can. Let's try to do it then, and it's most likely gonna fail, but what else are we supposed to do? But things aren't quite right here, are they? It's gonna be a fail. Yep, challenging a failure, what a surprise. Actually, they're admirably, surprisingly composed, the entire room, given how many questions you've lobbed their way. All of them, maybe one of them is fidgeting, cracking under the pressure. Well, this one is this one, but he's always fidgeting, so to get your hopes up. Yeah. Well, so what are we going to do now? Conclude the questioning. That's not gonna happen. Newsack, prove your authority to Titus Hardy, eh? Nothing. Her reply comes sharp. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez. Go back to your stations where you belong. That ain't gonna be happening. I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things do not help here, Titus. The lieutenant closes his notebook. Definitely do not. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder, even if it's a group responsibility. We're going to look into this. Good luck with that. He grabs another beer. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us real officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating. Uh-huh. Rent-a-cop? So that's what it's about? He doesn't see you as his equal? Yeah. Yeah. Scan the room. No. He points at himself. I see. I got business with my boys. He got business with me. He understood what you were doing, taking inventory of them. Now watch the other guys fuck it up by falling out of line. Yeah, you fuck with the Hardy boys, you fuck with Titus Hardy, shouts a scrawny rat-faced man, 2 teeth missing in the front. Yes, falling out of line to please him, this is the best kind. And now this guy is going to... Relax, Dennis, no one is fucking you yet, says the 40-something man from the corner with the plectrum hanging from his neck. Use it to take a dig at his friend. Floodgates open. Dennis, calm down. A blonde man is in his 30s agrees. No one's fucking you, you stupid fuck. Let Dennis enjoy his fucking man. We don't mind. You know the skank tattoos. The man must be either Mesk or Saramirizian. This one knows how to keep things going. He's a hothead, but not one to be taken lightly. The last one is a bit of a black sheep. The fat guy in the middle lets out a little chuckle. You're not even being fucked, Dennis. Easy, fellas. We got company. Titus puts an end to it. Let's see what brings the cop around. Too late. You already got a pretty good picture of these guys. You can use this. What can I use it for? Fucking say something already. The rat-faced man doesn't let you think. Maybe I could have gotten that before, but not anymore. Yeah, I don't know about that. If that will really be able to work out very well. Guess I might as well try this when we can retry it later, so establish authority. What a lovely thing, always failing. Establish authority, yes, authority fevers thought trace through your mind. Stomp your feet. That's it, that's all I got. Yeah, all of these choices. Did you already try the gunting? I hear the gunting is excellent and has great results. You're probably right. The others are only there for filler to make the gunting pop. No, I don't want to try to do any of those. Stomp your fetus. I'm the only one keeping this town from going to hell, and you're not helping. Point your finger. And what exactly is it you're been doing that's so goddamn special? Sitting yourself in front of us, he leans in. Going around harassing kids on the streets, kids who've done nothing wrong. All the while talking racist shit. Don't think we are watching the fascia. People here trust us, we're getting complaints. I have not said anything racist. I don't have a gun, but that's not a good thing to say. I haven't said anything racist. Of course you have. You've been calling people kipped left and right, inciting race violence in my town. I haven't, though. Carly said they've been trying to set up a race rally, whatever the fuck that means, trying to get the kips out of Ravonchol before the economy goes to shit. As foreigner things. That's a lie, there's no race rally. But that's a bad thing to say that, well, if some foreigner thinks that, then that seems like, okay, the foreigner that we are actually racist there in the backlines anyway. They would definitely point that out. And it's, of course, never a good idea to just say, well, because I have one friend or one partner here that is of a different race and so on, that's specifically the reason for the fact that I am not a racist. So there is a good way to say, in here at least, that I wouldn't be, but I haven't said anything of the sort. I just haven't put down some people that have said racist stuff, sure. That's what I'm guilty of. That I haven't then specifically said that, yeah, you're being a racist about this or that. But I myself, no, I haven't been. At least from my point of view, I haven't been. That's a lie. There's no race rally. Sure there is. Carly said bulk purchasing confetti, ribbons too, and loudspeakers, he shakes his head. And fireworks. Carly works at the carnival shop, you see. Get the fuck out of here, you racist Connie. Titus points at the door. There'll be no race rally in my town. What happened? The lieutenant half whispers. We got absolutely vibed. Let's go before it gets worse. What's going on? Are you racist now? Is the rally real? Please don't set up any rally. It'll make you look awful. I haven't. There is no rally. Come on, just ask questions. You need to put this raise a rally carpet in the rear view mirror. Let's go. I don't know what to even think of asking from them at this point anyways. Don't need to have that on. Yes, this is what you studied law for, indeed. So many tasks to do. I can level up once. Do I want to level up something from here, or would I? I was thinking it, but I wasn't sure if I can go back to the questions, so yeah, I failed that with the composure thing. I wish I would be able to know, can I for sure come back to it? Because it felt like it didn't possibly mean that I could come back to it. I think I'll unlock one more, so we can try to do the White Morning as well. Because I'm interested to see it. The White Morning, whatever that does, that's even -1 auto rate for a while. Little guy gets future and future away. Whatever that will mean. That's 7 hours, that's 5 hours now then. Of course, this could be interesting too, but... And then per research bonus is -2. That's not very good though. But yeah, some of these stones aren't something that I care that much about, but I'm interested to see what I could have there. Oh, she's come all the way over here apparently. Oh yeah, actually I can also at least check these things out. Photos of men in overalls toting guns and Union placards. You see hat-worn pussies outside. I wonder. Anything more I can chat with you?
Just a moment.
The old woman turns back to the cafeteria manager.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, Mum.
The cafeteria manager appears genuinely apologetic.
It's fine. I understand. Thank you anyway.
She
I'm
turns
glad to see you again, dear.
She turns back to you with a weary smile. The lady is distressed. Perhaps something more upbeat might cheer her up. Good day to you, man. Everything all right?
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working.
Well, we do have the cop phone nearby, but
The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
she sighs. Wait, what's wrong with the phone line?
The manager was vague about it.
She frowns. Why did you need to use the phone anyway?
To let the young woman who's house sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and Gary were supposed to be back on Monday night, but they're still missing and I haven't heard from them.
That's not good though that they are missing. My husband and Gary were supposed to get back Monday night, but they're still missing. Yeah, that doesn't sound good though.
I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
Okay, I'll buy it. Has your husband gone missing before?
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully.
A cold breeze hisses through dense thickets of reeds, something sweet in it, somnolent. A damp chill goes down your spine. When you look around, you're still in the whirling in racks. So, maybe somewhere near the river?
But you have more important things to worry about.
She glances out the window towards the bay. What is this expedition your husband was on? Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast, across the water lock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. She sighs. What could be keeping them? The water lock that was broken, could this be it? Yeah. Wait, who's the scary person? Do you trust him? She smiles. Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that. Gary's as loyal as they come. I trust him with my husband's life any day. But yeah, this was broken. The water lock to the other side of the coast is broken. They're probably just stuck over there. Oh my, what happened to the water lock? Probably just some technical problem. Well, whatever the cause, I'm thankful. She turns to the lieutenant. To both of you. You spared me another sleepless night. You're welcome, Mom. She turns back to you. I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband. I will. This will surely lead to a cryptozoological mystery with an extremely rare insect, eh? That sounds cool to me. Yes, some left-field scientific research is exactly what you need right now. Funk up that vanilla murder investigation. And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirlings. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the water lock's been repaired and it's cold out here. Yep, if I see him, I'll let him know you are here. When or if I get there, yes. Oh, you are such a dearie. Thank you, sweetie. Tell me more about Morel, Luke's character, your relationship with this dude, I think. Oh dear, I'm not sure where to begin. Or your husband? What does your husband look like? Yeah, Morel, your husband. Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's, and his palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle. It's always a challenge to describe the person you know best in the world. Let's try again. If I were to try to meet him on the street, what would he look for? What should I be looking for? Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame, and he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed, you might say, wild even. The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the woman's description. Oh, one other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not in the reeds, you know, just in case. How long have you guys been married? We'll be celebrating our 16th anniversary this autumn. Her smile is soft. Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the obvious milestones even more. Less obvious, somehow. How did you two meet? Via a dating agency. I'm ashamed to say I was looking to get back into a scene after recovering from my accident, and he just divorced. We hit it off and, well, here we are. She smiles wistfully. I think I have all the information I need. Let's move on. I hope I've been useful. So your husband is some kind of a scientist? Oh, yes, she says with a pinch of pride. A zoologist, a cryptozoologist to be more precise. What is a cryptozoologist? Zoology? It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize research into mythological beasts and urban legends. The lieutenant sounds unimpressed. That's one opinion, yes. And people are entitled to their opinions. My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby. It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology. One specializes in animal species that are so exceedingly rare that many assume them to be extinct or even fictitious. Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often thankless, and frankly, many scientists are too lazy to do it. Universities these days are rarely interested in supporting real research. She's completely internalized her husband's struggles. They are her own. That's cool. Aw, less worried about the husband. Tell me more about this rare insect your husband's looking for. Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating. She catches her herself. But I shouldn't bore you with the entomological minutiae. The lieutenant gives you a sideway glance. I want to hear about the insect, though. Well, she hesitates. It's a phasmid, technically, but... Oh yeah, here comes the interesting. Where other plasmids imitate stick or leaves, this one's live in a reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insulidian coast. She looks you in the eye and nods thoughtfully. Hence its name, the Insulidian plasmid. Perhaps you'll end up discovering the plasmid with us, officers. I knew it, the lieutenant sighed. We're gonna be chasing made-up insects with cryptozoologists. It's not made up, officer, I can assure you. It's simply elusive, so much so that most established zoologists doubt it exists at all. What makes you think it's plasmid is around here? Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in the local newspaper about the encounter with a coast insect that looks like the reeds. Carrie sent us the clipping. So newspaper clipping is all the evidence you have? Of course, most plasmid sightings turns out to be false alarms, but their descriptions match the Insulidian plasmid perfectly, and they didn't even know what they were looking at. Is it valuable? Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie. Does it have cool powers? Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. Her face lights up at the thought of it. It's how it's staying hidden all these years, centuries even. Is it dangerous? She chuckles to herself. Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully? Okay, so what's so special about this stick bug then? Oh dear, I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special. The woman's face flushes with embarrassment. Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. Then you'd understand, I'm sure. Maybe you could convince her to tell you about some cool cryptids. Sure, let's do that. Yay! Succeed! There's really no point in manipulating anyone. She'd be only too pleased to tell you about her work. Go on and ask. Hey Lena, I'd like to hear about some of the cryptids you've studied. Could you just tell me about a couple of them? Oh, I'd be delighted. Truth be told, I could really use a company too. The lieutenant throws you one of his looks. One cryptid, not a couple. This one turned into some kind of cryptid extravaganza. Okay, Kim, just one little cryptid, I promise. He nods and assumes a waiting posture. Cryptids, let's hear about all the interesting cryptids. Tough choice there. Yeah, which sort of a thing we're gonna be asking now, though, if we're gonna just ask about one. I wanna ask all of them, though. Are there any invisible cryptids? What an interesting question. And the answer is yes, there are. Of course, all fairy tales have someone or something invisible in them. You're right, Kim, it's silence, but I need to know. Okay, I won't spoil your fun, the lieutenant concedes. What is the invisible cryptid? It's the culprits. The woman corrects her classes. Its name means the thin whisper of sound, and that's precisely what it is. Self-replicating sound waves, invisible and intangible. The culprits is very afraid of us, which makes it incredibly difficult to track. Why is the Mama d'Aqua so afraid of us? That is a sad story, she frowns. A group of university students assisted with the fieldwork in their enthusiasm for the project, and no doubt because they were preoccupied with impressing their professor, nearly drove it to extinction. Extinction? She nods gravely. They tried to communicate with it and had no other means but sound, so they started sending out sound waves at frequencies they thought might match the Mama d'Aqua's. And what happens when a sound wave meets another sound wave of the same frequency, dear? Kills it. This lady really should be a teacher. She's really good at the explaining things thing. They cancel each other out? Exactly. And these tests were performed so recklessly that when they happened upon the right frequency, well, they wiped out most of the population. Great regret washes over her, a wending cloth. After that, the corpuscle appears to have migrated elsewhere. There have been recordings of anomalies similar to those spotted in Ia, but they've been few and far between. It's impossible to confirm the presence of any stable Mama d'Aqua population anywhere. Of course, a common threat in this disappearance and unfalsibility. He concedes, I like the story though, Mom. I'm glad you did, dear. She seems genuinely glad. What does it sound like? Like nothing. It's just a high-pitched sound that us humans can't hear it, or nor can other animals. It could be ringing right outside your window and you couldn't even know it. You wouldn't. It could be anywhere, everywhere, even. The lieutenant looks at her skeptically. Fine, I'll buy it. How can an animal be a sound? Many scientists have asked the same question. Some have claimed that it isn't itself a sound, but a tiny corpuscle that emits sound waves, but there's no evidence to support this theory. What evidence is there of this animal being a sound? Plenty. It's the evidence that led to its discovery. In the 20s, a group of Areopagites, homeoclites, that is, scientists who study birds, were trying out a new recording technology for capturing sounds outside the range of human hearing. When playing pack recordings they had made in the foothills of Ia mountain range, they noticed certain anomalies. Patterns seemed random at first, but on closer examination were consistent with waveforms of songbirds. That's not eagerly. Scientists soon discovered they could track and even predict what appeared to be feeding, mating, and migration patterns based on sound waves in a strictly delimited range of ultrasonic frequencies, even higher than those of the highest pitched bat calls. She transforms when speaking about these strange animals into a confident woman. They realized that they had discovered a new species and called it the Coltomama taqua, after the Pericanasian name for the voice of God, which is said to be very silent. Wow. They grew quite obsessed with these little birds. Even though they couldn't see them, they could distinguish among individual birds, and she smiles, even began to name some of them. Name them? Sequester, Time, Josquin, she nods. Those are but some of the Mama Taqua they followed individually. Could it be here? Look around. Right now? It could be, she says calmly. As I said, it could be everywhere. And we wouldn't know any better. It could be ringing all the day of our lives and nights. Interesting. What about? She smiles gently. What about what? I did say that I would ask only of one, but I guess I can ask about others. What's the biggest cryptid? The lieutenant leans in. Hey, you promised you'd ask only about one cryptid. Right, okay, we can move on for now. It'd be dishonorable to renege on the promise, yeah. I'm glad you see it that way. He nods approvingly. Did we have anything more to add? Nope, that's all for now, ma'am. Maybe about other cryptids later. Whoa, so someone's been a little boring. What? Yes, my standard leads. Someone's seen all sort of wild ideas pop off and thought, I'll take the boring one, the regular place. The brown. Well, I guess I am boring. Sorry. Sorry that I'm not all extravagance like you are, Trauma. Kim, am I boring? You? He looks at you. I wouldn't worry about that. See, you're so regular that Vinyl Brown, he doesn't even want to talk to you about it. I do kind of like the brown color. I like brown. Of course you do. And maybe some black shoes or a pristine white shirt to go with that. It's official, my lords. Copotype is regular cop. I'll let anyone know. I'll send out a telefax. No, but I'm a sorry cop. I'm a sorry cop. I can't be any more a boring cop too when I'm a sorry cop. Wait, this will be my copotype now? Yes, the type of cop you are, sire. Think of it as a castle, a caste, a class even. A nation of regular law officials that you belong to. It comes, of course, with the usual benefits. But I'm not a cop like that. I'm a sorry cop. This wouldn't be very fitting. And I have done some crazier stuff too, you know, trauma. But also, choosing the normal, regular answers isn't always that wrong. Anyways, if I do. Yeah, no need. Let's keep that announcement on standby for now. Thanks. Good. Of course, you outright declare yourself something does seem a bit too interesting now, doesn't it? I won't trouble you any future. Thanks, drama. But I'm a sorry cop. You should forget about that sort of a thing. I'm a sorry cop and not something else. Foolish thing. Thinking that it can take a boring cop can somehow beat sorry cop. That just can't be. Hey, is this the guy who used to be here sleeping? Probably. I guess we could talk to him next time, but I think I'll be ending this time around in here. So I think that will be fine enough. We did some stuff, so. And at least finally got the corpse where it was supposed to be put in, at least for now. So, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed some more of Disco Elysium, and I'll see you for more next time. So, bye bye, see you then. To be continued with Kira Rusha next time in Disco Elysium. See you all then.